I get to talk about something very special. 3 words. Most people don't. Think about it. Subtle, powerful, impactful. And you might ask, well, what does that mean? Most people don't as a topic. Most people don't do a bunch of things. Most people don't follow up. Most people don't do what they say they're going to do. Most people don't express gratitude. Most people don't show empathy. But guess what? You don't want to be like everyone else. You want to go above and beyond. This notion of most people don't started when I was a recruiter, and I was trying to find the best of the best talent. One of my first recruitment trips, I went to university. The evening started off with a reception, entered into a ballroom, and I noticed immediately 4 students on the corner only spending time talking to themselves. I thought, that's a little odd for a networking reception. I went up and I introduced myself and I simply asked them the question. There are some amazing companies here that need to hire some seniors. Why wouldn't you be spending time getting to know these other companies? They gave me 2 answers. The first one, haven't seen each other for a long time. We just wanted to get caught up. Okay. The second answer was worse. We're here for the free food. Why would you ever tell a recruiter we're here for the free food? And I thought to myself, how can we change this behavior? So I decided to offer them a challenge. Go around, collect as many business cards as possible, 1 hour, meet me here in the corner of the ballroom. Whoever has the most business cards, I will give you a gift card to your favorite local restaurant. Sure, Mr. Berkey, we like it. We will do that. Great. An hour passes by. I go to the corner of the ballroom. No one shows up. Sad, disappointed. It gets even more interesting. The next morning, one-on-one interviews, 8 a.m. A student comes in, hands me the resume. I review the resume. I look at her face. Wait a second. We met last night. What happened? Why didn't you show up? Her response was, I didn't think you were serious. Oh, I didn't think you were serious. Would you hire someone like that? No. Would not hire someone like that. I left that recruitment trip with a couple of thoughts, and they were somewhat sad thoughts. Most people don't follow up. Most people don't do what they say they're going to do. Most people don't accept challenges. I started then to recruit for more senior level positions, and I thought perhaps it would be different. But almost immediately, I felt the same sense of lack of doing, that same theme. Imagine this, I talked to 50 well-qualified candidates, and I wanted to see who would follow up with an email. 10 people followed up with an email. And you realize that typing in thank you into the subject line, 1.7 seconds and 9 keystrokes. That's it. However, most people didn't. However, one woman did this. Sent a follow-up email, customized it, wrote a handwritten note, mailed it, picked up the phone and called me to thank me for the interview. And she finally did this. She put together a 2-page document. This is what I could do to bring value to the open position. She did. Her passion, her enthusiasm, her follow-up. She did what most people don't. You think she got the job? Of course, she got the job. So I started sharing even more of these stories. And it was amazing because the following year, I got an email from a student at a different university that I had been initially recruiting at. He had heard the story of what happened on my first recruitment trip. And he said, Mr. Berkey, I just want you to know, your story inspired me. I went to a networking event in my campus. I connected with 47 recruiters. I challenged myself to do. I got 47 business cards. I followed up with every single one. That young man had the most offers than anyone else in his senior graduating class because he chose to do. So here I am. I'm sharing the ideas of enthusiasm. There are great benefits when you do things. And I had to look inside myself a little and think, I'm not perfect. My belief is it's easy to be, but it's better to become. I always want to become better. I always want to learn, just like all of you. How could I do that? I'm out there encouraging people to do what they're uncomfortable with in order to progress. Looking at myself, I realized that there was something that was stopping me from doing. It was fear. I was afraid of something in my life, and I wasn't doing what I knew I should do. Most people don't face their fears, whether it's fear of success or fear of failure or fear of being themselves. Most people don't face their fears. At age 13, I had an out-of-body experience during nose surgery. Just a routine nose surgery, should not have been any type of an issue, but I heard the doctors and the nurses say, "He's out, let's get started." He's out, let's get started. It felt like my body was above the operating table and my consciousness was below, and I couldn't move, I couldn't talk, and they couldn't hear me anyway. Fast forward 40 years. I still had a deviated septum. I still couldn't breathe because the surgery was not a success to begin with. And I thought to myself, that experience was so bad, but I'm encouraging people to face their fears. Put yourself into an uncomfortable situation. As a result of that one experience, when I was 13, I suffered panic attacks. I suffered anxiety. I had a fear of losing control, a fear of getting knocked out, a fear of surgery, a fear of doctors, a fear of going to sleep. To the point was, I had to say to my parents every single night from 13 until I left the home to go to school at 18, "See you tomorrow, right? See you tomorrow, right?" Instead of saying good night, "See you tomorrow, right?" Do you know why? I needed their validation that I wouldn't die in my sleep. How sad for a 13-year-old. My parents were very loving, but they didn't understand the emotional impact that that out-of-body experience had on my life. I decided after conversations with my wife, and she said, "Imagine the benefits of doing. Imagine the benefits of being able to breathe. How great would that be? And imagine walking around no longer having this fear loom over top of you of what it's like to undergo surgery again." I said, "You know what? You're right. Thank you." The other statement that she shared was, "Imagine by this time tomorrow," my surgery was scheduled at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. She said, "Imagine how great you're going to be 10 a.m. tomorrow, because you're going to be home, you're going to be relaxing, you're going to be with your dogs, and I'm going to take very good care of you." And she did exactly that. We scheduled the surgery, 3-hour surgery to repair, again, the broken nose in which I could not breathe. Everything was going fine. When they were wrapping things up, they let my wife know, "Pull the car around, he's ready to go home." And then all of a sudden, my heart attacked me. The operating efficiency of my heart went to about 11%. It should be around 55 to 70%. I remember the anesthesiologist say to me, "You're having a heart attack, Mr. Berkey, but we're going to take very good care of you." They rushed me from the surgical center to the hospital next door, and they did the surgery, and they saved my life. Most people don't also saved my life. Yes, the doctors and the nurses, being aware, being on point, saved my life. But also the fact that I took a chance to face my fears. I was at the right place at the right time, because I could have been walking in the woods with my dogs alone. I could have been on an airplane traveling alone, in a hotel room alone. So most people don't help to save my life. And I'm very, very grateful. When I was going through the recovery process, the doctors, the cardiologists met with me and they said, "You know what? You really need to make sure that you don't have another heart attack. You need to change and enhance your lifestyle." And I said, "Okay, tell me, what do I need to do?" I think I probably already know what I need to do, but tell me. "You need to exercise more. You need to eat differently. You need to sleep better." All of these things that in my mind, I knew that I should already be doing these things. Most people don't do the things that they know they should do. Here's that theme again. Most people don't do the things that they know they should do. And if I were to ask you, You play my physician. Bart, you know what? In order to feel healthier, next time you go to an airport and you have a choice of taking the stairs versus riding the escalator, you are all going to tell me to take the stairs. Take the stairs because it's better for you. I'm going to burn calories. It will increase my blood flow. It's good for my cardiovascular system. Take the stairs. We all know that we should take the stairs, but most people don't. There was a study done in Europe. They watched a lot of people make a choice between stairs versus escalator. Only 1% of people chose to go up the stairs. Only 1%. And when they were interviewed after the fact, they said, I either had a health scare or someone in my immediate family had a health scare. The message is, don't wait. Why would we wait for a health scare? Take action now. Do what you can do now. In my research, and I've become consumed, as you can well see, and very passionate about this topic, I wanted to understand what is preventing us, what is preventing people from doing often what they know they should do. We know taking the steps is better. Next time, guaranteed. Whenever you're flying out of here, you're going to take the steps. And actually, I have one friend that sends me a note, honestly, about once every 2 weeks, a little selfie, her taking the steps versus the escalator. As a result, over the last 4 months, she's lost 20 pounds. Most people don't take the stairs, but guess what? You all will. So these ideas started to resonate a little bit more. What can we do to help one another? What can we do to encourage one another? The research then shared 3 things are preventing us from taking action. And with the methodology and the thinking, we're going to be able to overcome that. The first one is most people don't prioritize. So what are we going to do? Prioritize. And guess what? You might say, well, Bart, I don't have time to get everything done. You don't need to get everything done. You just need to get done the most important things. Well, how do I know what the most important things are? This is what I propose. Identify 3 things. 3 things that you know you should do, but have not yet had a chance to do. And they're going to be unique to each and every single one of you. But write them down. And then identify what are the benefits of doing this compared to the consequences of not doing it. How severe are the consequences if I don't take action, if I don't do something? And therefore, it's even more than a pro versus con sheet because you're looking at the benefits. What were the benefits of me having no surgery? 1, I could breathe better. I could be active. I could exercise more. I could be more fit. I could live longer. And I could also eliminate that gloom of fear over my head that I can handle anything. I can do what most people don't do. It was so very, very powerful. If I can handle it, I'm able to do it. And the prioritization part, write down the 3 things, the benefits of doing, consequences of not doing, and then you also need to make sure I'm not telling you, no one is telling you what you should do. People take offense to that. Take my picture, but you got to go up high. No, I'm not telling you should do anything. You choose what your should do's are, and they need to align with your values, what is most important to you. And I offer this point. Make sure that your priorities are based upon your why. If your why is important enough, the how becomes easy. And if ever you wonder what your why is, pull out your phone, look at that screensaver, look at your PC. Guaranteed, that's going to be an indication of what your why is. Your family, your pets, your spouses, your partners, your parents, your teachers, your educators. That's your why. If the why is important enough, the how becomes easy. Going back to the nose story situation, what was my why? My family. The how became easy. All I had to do to get my surgery was to jump in a car and have my wife drop me off. Most people don't prioritize. The second thing that most people don't do in order to get their should-dos done is show flexibility. Flexibility. Say yes more than no. Seek to understand without judgment. Someone else might be having a bad day. Imagine this. Your place of residence tonight is going to get hit by a windstorm. Would you rather your home be surrounded by oak trees, strong, majestic, have been around for 150 years and deep roots? Or would you rather your place be surrounded by bamboo, also strong and protective? And we get various answers with this. Anyone growing up in the Northeast will understand oak trees often will resist the wind. And what happens? They'll topple over. Bamboo is a grass. It bends in the wind. It's flexible, yet very, very strong. Be flexible. Be bamboo. Everyone can remember that. Hashtag be bamboo. So now we have our priorities. We understand our why. We know that we're being flexible. We are being bamboo. And the last thing is to hold ourselves accountable. If we have our should-do list written down, and what's great about a should-do list, it's better than a to-do list, because a to-do list, you either check it off or it sits there open. And a to-do list is often not necessarily even my task, but it's all the tasks that you owe to give to me. You said you would run that report for me. You said you would give that proposal for me. You said you would send that picture to me. That becomes part of a to-do list. But a should-do list is about my things that I want to accomplish based on my values, based on my priorities, being flexible. And if you look at the aspects that you have written down, identify, am I making progress toward each one? Ask yourself every single day, am I doing my best? Am I doing my best to get it done? And if you are, give yourself a grade. It's an A. I did my best today. And if you did not do your best, give yourself an F. You're failing at that. One of my should-dos is to be a better son from my mother. How can I offer great flexibility and do things for her? I can call her. I'm going to give myself an A. I can text her. She lives 4 hours away. Give myself an A. I can order her groceries, take a step forward to her word progress, give myself an A. But I'm keeping track of that. I'm looking at it every single day, whether it's on a spreadsheet, whether it's on a sticky note, magnets on the refrigerator. Now that you know the tool, the philosophy, most people don't, you can do all of these things. Identify your goals, your values, understand your why. You will be able to achieve great benefits, unimaginable benefits, by simply doing what most people don't. And for that, I'm very grateful. Thank you.